Umbela.
Okay, time on.
But we get a first look at the Vodacom Bulls. Jaco van der Walt gets us underway at Loftus. It's taken inside the 22 by Edinburgh. And he plays controlling. We want an improvement in his kicking game. Just 37% territory in round one, Edinburgh.
Yes. Use it!
Ali Price takes his time, can kick off his left and his right. This time it's off the left. The angle is what informs that. Kriel underneath it. First touch now for the Vodacom Bulls on attack. Embrose Papier, now Xaba. Joined from Western Province. He's been prolific with turnovers, especially at the breakdown. Here's Jaco van der Walt, hard man to predict. What an opportunity for him with Johan being out with injury. Papier with the box kick. Didn't get a good connection. Told to retreat. That one's gone backwards. Yep, easy penalty.
Not played onside.
The referee, Ben Breakspear, to call. First mistake, Embrose Papier had the most assists last year. So good around the fringes. Good touch finder into the 22. First big opportunity for Edinburgh to score points.
The Bulls had the ball and they had a bit of a chance and opportunity trying to transfer the pressure, but the ricochet of the ball went backwards, that losing ground for the Bulls. Execution letting the Bulls down, but you can see the tactics already.
Taking at the front.
Wait, lads, wait. We need to get our timings better, lads. When you're going to peel, we need to wait till the ball is thrown, please, okay? Timing's better. The boys that are peeling, timing's better, please. Don't leave early. Don't go till the ball is thrown. In we come. Just reset it.
Very even with their stat and line-outs from last season's Vodacom URC. First set piece, Ben Breakspear making sure everything is nice and fair. No contest. Jamie Ritchie takes it. It's gone up quickly as well. Straight into the frame. Mark Bennett centers a new look pairing. Here's the turnover. They're very good at scoring points off the turnover. Stedman Gans. Blitzbok.
Sideline. No, it's not.
Loves ball in hand in space. Building phases now through the heavyweights. That's Cobus Wiese. Quick ball. Jaco van der Walt's got some numbers to work with here now. Sebastian de Klerk. Quick ball for Papier.
Advantage,
Searches for Jaco van der Walt. Puts it to boot. They did have the advantage though. It'll be a penalty for the Vodacom Bulls.
Penalty only.
Good intensity on the set on defense for Edinburgh. Just let down by the technique at the breakdown, the croc roll.
Just a croc roll, it's penalty only. 13.
Bulls so quick on their transitional play, trying to get a bit of width on the side. Really showing how much they want to vary their game.
Edinburgh coming into this game having lost quite a few players. Legendary Papier now retired. Also lost Mosesi, Tipolotu, an injury in that game against Leinster.
It's a very shame. De Klerk carries the ball on. And this is the croc roll for Mark Bennett, who works over onto the shoulders of the player. It's protecting the knees of the player because the boots are stuck on the ground. And that could twist the knee.
I've asked you in the... No, you need to get out back where I said. No, out where I said you, please. Out. Keep that space. Turn back on.
Making sure the space is good. Good contest from Grant Gilchrist, but what a take. Wiese under pressure. They've set up the maul and they're inching forward here now. The Vodacom Bulls with their powerful pack looking to stampede early on in this fixture. It's gone down. Incredible defense, Edinburgh. What a statement.
Grant Gilchrist, one of the most experienced players last season, was one player who stole the most lineouts against the opposition. And this time what the Edinburgh does very well as they go to and block ball coming out for the Bulls, and that way isolating Merwe in the midfield off that ball. That way, the ball being held up in that more great defensive set more from them. The Bulls showing that they really want to attack with that forward pack and keeping it tight. Dave Cherry getting a bit of attention, yeah.
Yeah, really good. Last week, Dave Cherry, 33-year-old, played 17 games last year for Edinburgh. The top 5 for lineouts won. Just showing that their experience with that maul. Of course, there will be a water break here. Chance for the medics to check up on the players, make sure their hydration levels are high. 32 degrees Celsius here in Tshwane. Very warm.
It's important sort of time for the Bulls getting into the 22. You want to create those 22 entries, but it's a conversion that they want from that. Not wasting their time in the opposition's half, coming with something and rewarding that effort of getting there.
And perhaps this is something we can expect, Duhan, in Edinburgh, having the tactics and the strategy, playing here at Loftus in this heat. For them to go down a few times, it'll have to be a front row player, won't it?
Yeah, in a way, but at the moment it does look like as if he is in a situation of bother. Dave Cherry has a lot of attention being shown onto his ankle.
It is some old mates against each other here. Jake White and Sean Everett spent quite a bit of time down at the Sharks together. Sean Everett, what a serviceman he was for the development of the Sharks as well down in Durban.
When Jake came to the Bulls, he called Sean Everett to come here before he left for Edinburgh. He was one of the assistant coaches. He had values, insight and intel that he does have on his team. But at the same time, that's why you do that. You come here and you want to compete against the best, and that's what Sean Everett has done.
Okay, let's go, lads.
Taking his trade to Edinburgh to make sure that he can look after that program and make them successful.
Time off.
Well, we wait patiently and with anticipation for the first scrum of this fixture here. First scrum for the Vodacom Bulls in the new Vodacom URC season. Wilco Louw, a late substitute, apparently down with sickness. Francois Klopper comes in for him. What a battle would it be between Wilco Louw and Pierre Skuman. A lot of pressure on Klopper now as he goes up against some very good scrummagers in that front row.
Crouch! Bind! Tight that over, lean.
Yep, just not getting the spacing right. To be fair, the referee, Ben Breakspear, doesn't want to waste any more time there. He has spoken about spacing with the set piece, the line out. Scrum, not wasting any time. Great to see.
This is what rugby is about, trying to up the tempo of the game. Alulutho, his debut for the Bulls and the URC. It's been a brilliant rise for him, coming from the Cheetahs now, finally getting himself into a chance, into a space.
Time off. Gents, listen. I've had no call from the sideline saying we're making a sub. We made a clear agreement in the dressing room that when I said your front man, you maintain the space. I'm not going to continue like this. The next time we step across the line, it's a free kick. Manage that space, please. Time back on.
Vodacom Bulls shorten the line this time. Misdirection is good, fingertips, but Cameron Hanekom can't take it. Edinburgh now against the grain. They shifted out wide very quickly. Little dink through by outside centre. Mark Bennett didn't look too comfortable after grubbering that through either.
Yeah, touching up onto the top of his quad. He's one of the most experienced players, 100 caps for.
Yes, but now you maintain it.
Scottish centre.
Now we play
him
on.
And Mark
He's not involved, we playing on.
The two of them, very good, experienced players, and Dave Cherry has already cried off. Mark Bennett is down, so they're up to 14 now, Edinburgh.
This time it works nicely. Ruan from Mark who takes it. A little peel around from Xaba.
Use it!
Make that ruck nice and long. Embrose Papier, much better. Box kick this one, good air time. Some players underneath it. They palmed it back for the Vodacom Bulls. Captain Merwe was there. Embrose Papier, Jaco Walt, a little bit deep. Here's Chris Smit. Loves having ball in hand. Canan Moodie, a Springbok. Rassie Rasmus doing the South African sides a favor by not including them in the squad if they don't be playing today. A little bit scrappy from the Vodacom Bulls. Stedman is there. Cameron Hanekom is so dangerous. He's wicked in the wide channels. Good defense by Ali Price. Tried to use the touchline as an extra defender. Edinburgh have it back. Set up by Jamie Ritchie.
Use it!
Price taking his time in organizing. Yes, Pierre Skuman.
Still inside.
What a revelation he has been for Edinburgh
Use
and
it!
Scotland.
Let's go!
Fantastic scrummager. Plays with so much heart. Price a little bit low with that box kick.
No advantage in the forward pass, lads.
Good pressure, Janus Kirsten with that play to stop the advantage, but...
The charge down is fine, but there's no advantage in the first forward pass.
So those are
the forward pass from Cameron Hanekom as he was trying to keep the ball alive going to the touchline. The Bulls want to retain that position so that they can stress the defensive side of Edinburgh, especially with the player down, striking with their outside centre. This is the pass that went forward. His hands are not moving backwards, so the ball does travel. And this is where he wanted to set up that driving, set up that ruck so they can create offside lines and create an opportunity. What a miss is going to be. Mark Bennett has been in great form always. Every time he starts having games on his belt, injuries always strike. So disappointing for one of the better players that Edinburgh has ever produced.
It's also a big challenge as well, isn't it? Gobani with 2 centres being out, Matt Curry out, Mosese Tripolo, who started against Leinster last week, out, and now Mark Bennett out. Big game for Ross McCann.
A massive game, but he's got the experience of Mark Scott on his inside, another international.
Not very stable. The scrum so far.
It's just a slip, lads. Both down.
The opportunities always count for players. One player's demise, another one's chance and opportunity to take the
quick reset, boys. Just go, please.
Creating a career. Yeah, McCann, Ross McCann.
Let's make it quick.
What an opportunity. In South Africa against the Bulls at Loftus. This is what you dream of.
One of the best scrummaging sides in last year's Vodacom URC, the Vodacom Bulls. Don't have a lot of those players, especially in the front row.
Bind! Set!
Can they put pressure on Edinburgh?
Second
Not
time
yet,
early.
and maybe alarm bells as well.
Second time early before the ball.
You can see the nervousness.
The second time we've gone early before the ball.
Which was a big call to lose Wilco before the kickoff. And now these young front rowers really trying to prove themselves, maybe a bit eager. So maybe wait forward, not chase the game.
So it's all about how you can adapt now. Most props in the world will tell you that's what makes a good prop. Edinburgh go to the money man, the money ball, Jamie Ritchie.
Back foot step.
Contesting has been lackluster by the Vodacom Bulls. A little bit too easy for Edinburgh with their lineouts. There's a strong carry. It's Magnus Bradbury. Replaces Ben Muncaster in this game. Ali Price with a little snipe.
Advantage. Number 1 early on the front.
Quite a few penalties early on in this game, Kobani.
Bulls jumping onto the line out, taking the jumper before he could reach the ground, and it was Alulutho. That's the pressure they're putting onto themselves, the Bulls. Really trying to impose their will. They know that physically that's what they want to get to. But it has to be done within the laws. It's patience of taking the time to find the right way to inject yourself into the game. Just before they even hit the ground, Alulutho had already gone past their lock. And that's why it was a dangerous play.
First game for the Vodacom Bulls. Alulutho Tshakweni from the Cheetahs, Carling Currie Cup champion with them last year. Jamie Ritchie continues to be the go-to man, taken out quickly this time. Matt Scott in from the Leicester Tigers for Edinburgh. Here's Ewan Ashman, 24-year-old, who's had to replace Dave Cherry, and it's a turnover. That's what Cameron Hanekom will bring. Namakaba and Cameron Hanekom, prolific with the way they attack breakdowns and perform the Jaco. Jaco van der Walt will make sure with his touch finder.
Top tackle is important, but look at the race and beating everyone to that shoulder race over the ball and getting his hands onto it. That's precision for Cameron Hanekom, and that's something that he does best.
Got 15 turnovers last year in the top 5. The UIC over the top problems continue with their set piece. The Vodacom Bulls. Here comes Edinburgh. Now Xaba's over it, battling in the trenches. He's good in those areas as well. Very slow for Edinburgh. They've done well to get it back. Now, Price to Hamish Watson. Clean ball, but slow ball. Shifting it now. Duhan van der Merwe, first touch. Price. Here's Marshall Sykes. Got the penalty advantage as well here. Not handling the pressure on defense, the Vodacom Bulls.
But some smart play for Magnus Bradbury and Grant Gilchrist, the way that they trapped Francois Klopper as he was trying to hit the tackle and roll to the side. What they did was they just put the pressure right on top of him, and it just gives that picture to the referee that the defender was not trying to make a concerted effort to get out of that.
Yes, you are.
The tackle, here's the tackler. Look at the way that he's trying to roll away. Look at the pressure now that's being put on by Grant Gilchrist, making sure that he trips him, and he sees that picture, the referee.
Grant Gilchrist, so much experience, the 34-year-old captain. 72 caps for Scotland. He's in the 200 club in terms of appearances for Edinburgh. Showing that there. That leads to an opportunity for Ross Thompson to get the first points.
A failed cross ball against you in the last phase. There's 1 against 5. Just be careful for me, please.
Thompson drives it through the posts. First points Edinburgh. It's 3-0.
Important for Edinburgh away from home. Be the ones who keep on and trying to add on to the scoreboard pressure. And already they're pressuring all the set piece that the Bulls are trying to set up against them, knowing that physicality will be important, but points on the scoreboard does more to force the team to chase the game.
Vodacom Bulls will want Edinburgh to be chasing the game, especially in these conditions. Deep kick, Jaco van der Walt. Underneath it is the point scorer, Ross Thompson. It's an easy exit for Edinburgh. Big opportunity for the Vodacom Bulls with this line out to strike back now.
Fact.
Stolen goods, can't find Cobus Wiese. But knock on called by Ben Breakspear, the referee. So
I think Jaco van der Merwe will have taken that bit of yards gained, and they get the ball and an attacking scrum inside the 22. Ball not going up high enough, and Grant Gilchrist gets in front of them. Ball's taking so long to set up the line out, and what Edinburgh doing is mirroring very well
off his hand and he kicks it backwards.
The parts that they're trying to use.
Yeah, I agree.
Bit of brotherly love there from Duhan van der Merwe.
Looking out for his bro.
Can we put speed to this, lads, please?
I don't think so. Just their second game. They're playing against each other, the brothers.
But I know that they've had more than that. 1,000 in the backyard.
Well, great to see the brotherly love. Such a professional.
I think Jaco even took his food.
Lads, we're a clear agreement in the dressing room.
They don't call it the angry water.
We've got to have a good platform for set. At the minute, there's too much movement for the ball, and we're not maintaining our headspace. Listen, I need to be stable before I release that ball. There's 2 going against you. Change your behaviour, please. Here we come, lads.
Here's the warning from Ben Breakspear. Not satisfied with the stability of the Vodacom Bull scrum. They're not good with their spacing. A little bit too eager, perhaps, with the way they're making contact.
I think what's great for the Bulls there, that is communication. Knowing what the referee wants just makes your job easier.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Tshakweni against Paul Hill on this, gets a good left shoulder as well, allows some space. Cameron Hanekom gets the yardage. This is good play from Hanekom. protects the ball nicely. Papier, Janus Kirsten, loop around Sebastian de Klerk. This is more like it from the Vodacom Bulls, and as I say that, a turnover. That's where this Edinburgh side is so dangerous.
9 turnovers that they had last week against Leinster kept them in the game because they never had the territory. And it was Richie and then Hamish Watson, two who are always the candidates for that pulver.
Speak about his statistics, 22 turnovers. Jamie Ritchie's fantastic with the contest in the line out. 17 of those turnovers were Jackals. There's another one already this year.
Bulls, take the line, please.
The Bulls, they wanted to shift this away from this contact, but where does Sebastian de Klerk? He runs into the loose forwards. They're the ones who are very accurate when he comes over the ball. And Jamie Ritchie, again, showing that the captain
unable to convert. Edinburgh control possession with a good line out. It's Marshall Sykes who takes it, not looking to maul. That tactic continues.
Use it!
Ali Price will take his time. It's a good box kick. Great take underneath it was Sebastian de Klerk. Embrose Papier to Janus Kirsten. Played more games.
Not the ball, leave the ball! Leave the ball!
In the Carling Curry Cup than any other player in the Vodacom URC.
Use it!
More minutes as well. Incredible workhorse. Most tackles as well. Janus Kirsten. It's a good box kick. Embrose Papier, the kicking contest. Starting early on in this fixture as expected. Now Xaba cleans up. It's Akert van der Merwe with a fantastic pass to Chris Smit. Papier goes back towards the right. A little bit of deception here, good movement. Canan Moodie linking up nice with Xaba. The loose forwards here now. Cameron Hanekom in 2 minds. Huge hit. Referee happy with it. Edinburgh have done well to scramble and get the ball back.
Use it!
Ali Price looks to set it up with the forwards to increase that angle. It's Gilchrist. Sets it up.
No, use it!
Frustrating the Vodacom Bulls with his patience. Ali Price. Not out. David Kriel does well. Oh, he's just out. It'll be interesting now to see if he caught it before he put his foot on the touchline.
Griffin Colby says now the ball had already crossed the plane.
Time off. We'll take a water break now, lads.
It's a water break now. It's been a sweltering day here in Pretoria, the capital, South Africa. The ball did cross the line and will stay the Bulls' ball.
We fix it if we're wrong, it's water break now, okay?
So interesting strategy from the Vodacom Bulls, deciding to kick it quite a bit. We know Embrose Papier is so good in terms of his accuracy, but doesn't that just allow Edinburgh an opportunity to rest?
Now we just have to look at this one first. Trying to figure out who took the ball over. Looks like as if he didn't cross over the plane, but so that is Edinburgh's ball. I think what's big for the Bulls is how they want to build their game. If they can get starting with their set pieces going, that will give them a chance and opportunity in this game. Haven't had any set piece wins inside the 22 of Edinburgh. They've had penalties against them, so that's hard for them to build their attacking momentum. But what you're starting to see with the Bulls is how they're playing for the mid rucks, how everyone from their back three is chasing to the same side. The 3 quarters are working together. Changes of direction that you're going to see from Jaco van der Walt. It's a similar thing that Argentina did last week against the Springboks, when the guy starts from the open side to the blind side, in that way creating a space where they can get into the tight 5 of the opposition. With the fleet-footed backs against the tight 5, that's where they're trying to get the opportunity. We had a bit of a chance there with Hanekom on the edge. They need to retain possession, put pressure back to Edinburgh. Edinburgh at the moment doing the best because they set pieces competitive. They're putting pressure on the line-out, putting pressure on the scrums, and their breakdown work has been outstanding.
Outstanding is the headgear in the stands here at Loftus Versfeld. They're going to have to keep cool sweltering conditions here in Tshwane. Good take, can't kill Crest, does well, nice clean work in the middle of the field now, unable to find any of his players. Canan Moodie almost picks it up. Cleaning up is Goosen, another South African in this Edinburgh side, born in East London. Goosen.
Sullivan about 29 years ago, Goosen. The ball bounces up. You can see Canan Moodie was onto it like a flash, but those are the areas that is costing the Bulls to get in the rhythm, because not retaining possession.
Space where you are happy. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Tshakweni got the better of Paul Hill. This time it's even Stevens. Big arm wrestle with the scrum. They've got the advantage as well, Edinburgh. Well worked.
What's that for, Dill, please?
Thompson shifting it. That's a very good lofted pass to Goosen, joining the back line. Stedman Gans had to keep on his toes. Price shift around by Magnus Bradbury and caught ball in all. It was Sykes.
Yeah, penalty on the scrum.
Number 1 to knee and claps.
Alulutho Tshakweni. Not an easy start for the young man. His knee did touch the ground after he got a bit of momentum.
Thompson, the decent touch finder.
And what's happening? It's a good hit, but look how high he has to chase his feet, and that's how his knees got down. He has to get his footing underneath his chest.
Not looking very comfortable with his setup before contact, Alulutho Tshakweni. Big battle as well happening on the other side with Francois Klopper, late inclusion up against Pierre Skuman. 24-year-old Ashman. Great take, Ruan Fenter. Had the most steals in last year's URC for the Vodacom Bulls. Here's Hanekom now. Papier, Jaco van der Walt in the pocket. Was under good pressure from Ali Price, so unable to kick it out. Way outside is 22. Edinburgh will go for the up and under. Big chase, Darcy Graham. What a take, David Kriel. Needed to play to the whistle there. Picked up nicely, Goosen. Have to come back, referee looking at something.
David Kriel towering over Darcy Graham. Won the contest. Darcy Graham was not in a realistic position to catch the ball because he'd already been beaten into that space by David Kriel, which then all the responsibility is with him. That's foul play for him, because if he was dominated, then he can't engage.
I think you've got it right there, Tobani. I think a picture tells the story, doesn't it? David Kriel, so good, comfortable at inside center as well. Of course, Louw not here. Just brilliant last year for the Vodacom Bulls. 11 tries, 8 try assists, 21 clean breaks, David Kriel.
We waited for your guy as well, didn't we? So we'll wait for him.
And it does look like Goosen is getting a little bit of attention there. In fact, it's Darcy Graham.
Yeah, Darcy Graham did get, and Goosen has been coming to the touchline most of the time just to get a bit of attention.
Time back, Armand. Contact in the air, not in position to win the ball.
So he'll have a little bit of a look on Darcy Graham as Ross McCann comes onto the pitch, unable to find touch. Here comes Duhan van der Merwe for Edinburgh. Cameron Hanekom handled at that ruck. Ali Price. Strong carry from Gilchrist, but ripped outside. Offsides, the Vodacom Bulls.
Ruck, you never move with the offside line, blue offside.
Fundamentals, just breaking the Bulls down. not finding touch from a penalty. Yeah, going for a bit more than he could bite. But he definitely has to find a touch, Jaco van der Walt, because now his side was under pressure from not finding touch, offside.
So Russ Thompson finds touch from the penalty into the Vodacom Bulls half.
This is little mistakes that is happening. Have to be behind the most hind foot. And all these players coming in from the side, not really behind the most hind foot.
Misdirection works nicely. Ashman to Grant Gilchrist, but skew line out.
Important for opposition line out to get up and contest, because that's how you're going to get the skew line out into. If you don't contest, then it's not a contest. You had no chance and realistic opportunity to get to the ball by putting up your cards and contesting it, and that's why then the referee can call it if it was not straight down the line. Just these two sides not settling down at all. Set piece, and every time they get opportunity in opposition's half, a mistake happens, errors, and every time they have to build from the ground up.
Crouch!
Seeing a lot of kicking in these areas. Edinburgh enjoying possession and territory.
No. Look, listen, time off. Boys, I free kicked you twice and we spoke about headspace. The standard of the set so far isn't good enough. If you need to take a bigger gap, take it. But I need expectation we have headspace in the set, please. It's back on you, let's go. He's fine, no, he's happy. He's happy. Let's play. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Referee Ben Breakspear's patience being tested here.
What's the picture your side, boss? Both have gone down. Slip that side first, boys.
It's not really getting the set right here, and all the responsibilities are going to fall onto the referee. Then Breakspear has to impose himself on how he wants to see the set, get the forward pack a bit closer, get everyone lined up so that they cannot chase on the hit. Because when they chase on the hit, they can't keep stability of the scrum.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Battle continues. Much better, but it does go down. Referee happy with it. Vodacom Bulls, opportunity to build phases. Smit. Embrose Papier to Janus Kirsten.
Use it!
Very slow ball for the Vodacom Bulls, and no surprises here. They'll go for the box kick. Embrose Papier gets one up a little bit too far forward. Sebastian de Klerk to contest. Goosen does well. Price just outside the Edinburgh 22 feeds us forwards. Watson.
Use it!
Kicking battle continues. Contestable one from Ali Price. Good take. Cameron Hanekom driven out. In fact, it's Jaco van der Walt. That's how you want to box kick, isn't it?
Yeah, give yourself a chance to get onto the ball. It's all about the hang time of the kick. 4 seconds gives a chance to a player who runs these 10 meters and under that 4 seconds. On 20 meters with a 4-second hang time. Enough time for the wingers to get there and put the pressure.
Speed to this, please, let's go. Turn off.
So Captain Akker van der Merwe getting a little bit of attention.
Yeah, we need to clean this as well, please.
Vodacom Bulls perhaps playing into the hands of Edinburgh.
It's just the tempo of the game. I think where the Bulls will be disappointed is about the intensity. If you want to chase a team at the end and use the altitude against them, you have to keep and maintain and retain position. With the errors, they're not getting that chance to put kilometers and yards into the legs of Edinburgh.
And there was one just for the water break. Ones that are coming clear to us, okay, we'll address it.
Duhan sharing a few words with the pack. What an incredible Carling Curry Cup season Duhan had. Really intense and insane semi-final in the Curry Cup. 40 points all against the Hollywood Bet Sharks.
Let's go.
Here's JF Van Heerden, Baby Borg, who has a wingspan of an albatross. He comes on early. Substitutions being made in this first half. You're right, Kobani, perhaps a little bit unsettled both these sides.
Yeah, just to feel a bit rushed. Cobus Wiese with a bit of claret down his face. That's why he's come off.
Quick short line out from Edinburgh. Good defensive press, closes the options for Annie Price. Tries, goes for the fancy offload, perhaps not what's needed, but it is a frustrating and a game that's struggling to get any rhythm.
No, that just tells a picture from both sides. No rhythm. There's no structure that they could hang onto and build from. So both sides have to slow their game down and try and see if they can string the phases.
Great throw and first touch from Van Heerden. Chris Smit sets it up. Here's an opportunity to build now. Papier to Akker van der Merwe. Nice little loop around. Good hands. David Kriel joins the line. Quick ball for Papier. He's got his pot of forwards there. JF Van Heerden looking to make an impact. Jaco van der Walt doing very nicely. Good shift. Ruan Vermaak. Lovely little pop pass to Canan Moodie from Gans. Moodie now against one. Pass it back inside unselfishly. Fantastic continual play here. Janus Karsten, the engine. Did he get it down?
Much better execution from the Bulls from that attacking set.
Okay, so we don't feel decision try. Just make sure there's no separation before he grounds the ball, yeah? Okay, Ben, coming to you, pal. On field decision try. Just making sure he doesn't lose separation before he grounds the ball, please.
Yeah, agree. We'll get the angles up now, Ben. I've just spoke to the director.
Let's go.
On-field try, yeah?
Yes, please.
Looks good so far, as we don't have any separation, but we'll just double check this one.
It's tight.
We'll look at this one, Ben, then have a look at the last angle. But at the moment, I always believe he's in control of, in contact with the ball.
And we have a press as well, yes?
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just check this off. Let's do a process.
Yes. Back to ref. Okay, Ben, I have a decision.
Go ahead, Bob.
Okay, the player's in possession of the ball. He does lose control, but it's always in contact with the fingers of the player. And then when he grounds it, there is a press. So stick with your on-field decision. There's no evidence to overturn it.
Okay, lads, there's no clear separation. On-field decision stands to try.
Beautiful result for the Vodacom Bulls. We had to wait almost 30 minutes for the first try of the Vodacom URC season 2024 to 2025, and one of the hardest working men on the pitch, Janus Karsten, gets it. Came down to the fingertips. Jaco van der Walt able to make it a full 7 points for the Vodacom Bulls. They lead now by 4.
It's a brilliant work from the Bulls. For the first time, they retained possession, got themselves into the edges that they wanted. Look at the work from Canan Moodie, worked all the way from his own wing, and that's what created the opportunity to get in between the space, backing it up. Bulls players repeatedly working off the ball, and Janus Karsten scores the try.
Restart is deep from Edinburgh. Well, it looks like Marcel Coetzee also on the pitch.
Yeah, Karsten just came off the field after he scored that. I think he hurt himself. Ball is out.
Francois Klopper now. Pride, good pressure with their restarts, Edinburgh.
Use it!
Try scorer off the pitch on his Thursday. Hopefully it's not too serious. Papier looking to exit, doesn't find touch. Goosen to Ross Thompson. He's got Duhan van der Merwe on his outside. Good tackle to Smit. Good counter-up. Vodacom Bulls, and Marcel Coutier's got it here now. Got some space, fantastic hands. Alulutho Tshakweni needs to grab it through, and David Kriel is the only player close to it. Touchline wins the race. Don't you just hate it when that happens?
Ruan Vermaak. You'll say that was a well-weighted grabber. There was an opportunity to keep that ball in hands again. Just panicking the Bulls to chase the game. Look at that, they had 4-on-1. And the grabber was the option that they went for.
That's what happens when locks are in those wide channels. Another quick line out for Edinburgh. Controlling the game really nicely. Ali Price to Ross Thompson deep in the pocket. That one was put up for Darcy Graham, but it's a miss kick. Canan Moodie underneath it here now. Lovely little backdoor flick to Chris Smit. Here's Akert van der Merwe. The Vodacom Bulls turning it on here now. Tackle had to be good on him. Marcel Coutier with the pick and go. Good defensive set from Edinburgh. Vodacom Bulls continues to look to stampede. Tshakweni that time. Van der Walt now feeding the forwards.
You stepped out.
Papier. Cameron Hanekom stopped in his tracks. Papier, Canan Moodie with a lovely short line. Almost gets through the turnstiles. Same side, Marcel Coutier to Jaco van der Walt. He's got some space here now. He's got David Kriel on his outside, won't need him. Fantastic communication and play from the Vodacom Bulls. 2 tries in a matter of minutes.
Marcel Coutier, vital in this play. It's the patience that he shows by the pick and go. Not trying to force the game. Game line was important, but look at the work that is done by Van der Walt again, working himself into that arc as Stedman had pulled the man in back into the inside. Space was huge, and the pace dictated this. Great edge, just on the outside of the shoulder, knowing that he can't get his shoulder closest to him. It's good work from the Bulls, but the patience and experience of Marcel Coutier, picking and going, showing the patience, getting over the gain line, making sure that can reset their play, not forcing the play. And that created this opportunity.
Jaco van der Walt scored 81 points in the Carling Currie Cup. To convert his own try, he's just hooked it.
Brilliant work here, and that pass was for Marcel. Pull the players, but I love this. Deliberate, intentional, go for the try.
Much better from the Vodacom Bulls in Edinburgh, taking their time to set up this restart. Perhaps the Louw starting to feel it now in the first half. Got 6 minutes left. Thompson, that's a miss kick. And perhaps they are getting a little bit tired here now, feeling the altitude.
Bulls have to keep on, making sure that they put the phases, put the work onto Edinburgh. Make them work from ruck to ruck, set piece to set piece. By keeping possession, defenders work even harder.
Well, they had the highest tackle success rate, 89% last year. The Vodacom URC.
Longer for me. And keep it out right. Last was a collapse our side. He'll stay long, he'll stay up. Okay, let's go.
They'll need to show that accuracy and grit now, as the Vodacom Bulls will look to score 3 towards the end of this first half. It'll be a part of the game they've targeted.
Crouch!
First things first.
Set! Stay up! Stay up!
Yeah, no choice there for Ben Breakspear. Alulutho Tshakweni not handling the pressure. Sean Everett will know how important that one is. Ross Thompson drills it into the Vodacom Bulls 22.
It's a hinge for me.
The set is good. It's nice and stable, but he's just not following up his feet, is he? And with the pressure coming for Edinburgh, he has to do that, otherwise he will be going down. Referee Ben Breakspear, right place, right time, no choice.
Closing the gap. I've asked both teams that you can't step across the line.
Dominating the set pieces, Edinburgh, lineouts and scrums.
We've had a big accumulation of pounds across this game now. A couple of scrum time, free kick and lineout, and a couple for space. Discipline needs to change for me, because if it doesn't, the outcome's going to change. I'll give you time, but I need to see a change in behaviour, please. I've put them on the ball and he's got time to deliver it. When they are set, I'll put time back on for it.
Some words now from the angry war
No, it's a free kick. You can't take a scrum from a free kick.
Van der Merwe, the captain here for the Vodacom Bulls. We'll look to inspire them.
Happy? Closing the space.
So important, a huge psychological advantage if they can stop Edinburgh from scoring any points here. Edinburgh will be desperate to make sure they do. That's Ashman playing with a bit of tempo here now. Props getting busy. That's Paul Hill. Ali Price, slow ball, a part of their game they would have wanted to improve from last week.
It's your old man.
Another very slow ruck for them. Hard work, Hamish Watson. Price continues to feed the forwards. It's Ashman. Price, Ross Thompson back inside to Paul Hill. This time Magnus Bradbury, flat-footed. Back towards the short side. Here's Duhan van der Merwe. Finally gets them go forward, and he's a tough man to bring down. 2 meters short, van der Merwe. There's the penalty as well. Ali Price looking to tap it quickly.
Lads, wait. Just wait. 8. You've had a team warning. You haven't rolled. You've given your time man the ball.
Chaos controlled by Ben Breakspear.
Number 8 not rolling.
And Cameron Hanekom will get a yellow card.
Lads, time is off.
For his efforts.
Time is off. I've put someone in the bin and spoke to the teams. The time is off. You're on the team.
White line fever. Really starting to feel it, Edinburgh.
Time on, not rolling.
Skuman with the tap and go into traffic. Keeping it route 1. They'll go toe-to-toe in the trenches. It's Jamie Ritchie. He's got some assistance from his forwards. Good defense. Van der Merwe. They still got it here now. Ali Price goes wide. Ross Thompson to Duhan van der Merwe. Does well to keep the ball alive. Ali Price. Good support. Michael Sykes. 5 meters out. Hamish Watson chips away. Driven backwards once more. It's Ruan Fenter defending nicely. Paul Hill. Duhan van der Merwe with the pick and go. His brother Akkad van der Merwe stops him. Rips it from him as well. He'll know his younger brother all too well. How important was that steal? Stedman Gans is at scrum half. 2 meters away from their try line. The Vodacom Bulls. Jaco van der Walt will clear their lines. The desperate touch finder, and well, Edinburgh are camping now in the Vodacom Bulls 22. 5 meters away with that clearance. The Vodacom Bulls will have to reset and go again. Remember, down a player, Cameron Hanekom, one of their best defenders. Makes such an impact, the youngster. He's come through the ranks beautifully. He's got some good, healthy competition with Telimpilo Kumete. Just resting there. Clever Alulutho Tshakweni. Just a moment to
off the line, okay? Balls off the line.
Breathe. Regain their defensive structure. Minute short of half time. Both sides will want to win this battle. Short line out, works nicely. That's Sykes at the front. Set up the Maun as well. The Vodacom Bulls looking to push them to the side, but it's a fantastic work at the front, and Edinburgh get a try. Their first try here at Loftus Versfeld against the Vodacom Bulls. And it's Ewan Ashman, the 24-year-old, scored 6 tries last season. He's got 19 caps for Scotland, Ashman. Great character shown from Edinburgh and Sean Everett's men. It's a good line out. Ruan Vermaak goes up this time, and that just means they're going to try shove towards the side, but not controlling the front of that line out. Good momentum from Edinburgh. So Ross Thompson making sure he uses that shot clock. They'll be happy after scoring this try to go into the cloaks with that psychological advantage. Most challenging kick of the game for Ross Thompson. Bring him to 10 points. He'll get a little bit of a curve. What a kick off his left boot. And what a way to end off the first half by the visitors, Edinburgh. Great character shown, camping in the right areas, discipline, great
Time on.
form over the last couple of seasons. So, to get us underway, Edinburgh with the restart. It's deep, well taken, showing his youth and exuberance. J.F. van Heerden.
Use it!
The maturity of the youngster really is something.
Let's go!
Embrose Papier inside his 22, puts up a contestable. Canan Moodie's underneath it. Great take, Wes Goosen. He's able to get an offload as well to Darcy. Good little deception, good hands, forwards and backs linking up nicely. David Kriel came up, but kept the eye on the potential grabber. He'll look to exit, that's a miss kick. And a very profitable exchange there from Edinburgh, who will be just inside the Vodacom Bulls 22.
Good gains from that attack set from Edinburgh, driving the Bulls into their own 22. Just working themselves into position where they could strike.
There's your space, maintain it, please. Out. Out.
So Sipio Matanzima coming on for Alulutho Tshakweni. Line out. First mistake of the second half. Akker van der Merwe is there to clean it up here now. They've got some numbers here. Stedman Gans to Canan Moodie. Canan Moodie cuts back in towards support. Gans with a good clean. Pick and go from Smit. Inside the Edinburgh half. Papier. There's Cobus, Wiese. Quick ball for Jaco van der Walt, short pass, well marshaled. Ruan Fenton driven backwards. Great hit, Pierce Kummer. Slow ball, J.F. van Heerden have to take some shots. Jamie Ritchie and Marshall Sykes. Jaco van der Walt tries to find Canan Moodie, struggling to find rhythm. Sebastian to Klerk, put on his back. Good place from him. Still slow ball for Papier. Edinburgh driving the Vodacom Bulls backwards. Going nowhere slowly. What will the option be? Jaco van der Walt a little bit deeper. Here's Chris Smit with options. Tries to find Akker van der Merwe behind the back of Kriel. Multi-dimensional approach, perhaps what will work for them. Slowing it down beautifully is Jamie Ritchie. No surprises there. Here's Xaba. Vodacom Bulls really struggling to get into the Edinburgh half, and the Jaco comes in the end. It's excellent play as well. Ross Thompson, their fly-off, showing character. Not afraid of doing the hard work in the trenches. Good to see.
Yeah, it's great work from Ross Thompson, getting himself into that position for the Bulls. Just the way that they work themselves into a standstill. when they were not getting the gain line, they had to push the pressure back onto Edinburgh because they had a set line. The integrity of their defensive line was still steady and stable.
Perhaps that's a show of intent. Maybe they want to run the ball a little bit more, really test the fitness of Edinburgh.
You have to look at your cattle. Do you have the players to make sure that you can win those rucks? If you get isolated like this, that meant that you don't have the cattle to win those rucks, meaning that you have to transfer the pressure back.
On the line.
Made it difficult for Embrose Papier. Edinburgh set up the maul. Jamie Ritchie, the go-to man, inched into the Vodacom Bulls half here now. They've got some momentum, looking for the penalty. They won't get it. Price to Pierre. Pick and go now. Graham Darcy. Graham looking for some work around the fringes. It's a strong carry, this. Magnus Bradbury. Ashman looking for some space, almost knocking it on. Edinburgh still have it. Russ McCann getting closer and closer to the Vodacom Bulls try line. Hamish Watson, 5 meters short. Edinburgh continue to go the same way. Bradbury, nice little chicken wing pass to Goosen. Opposite number, David Kriel, good tackle. Watson asking questions of the defense here now. There's Paul Hill. Xaba was there, referee happy with it. Pierre Skuma now. This is what they do well, Edinburgh, but not clean and accurate. Slipping tackles, Wes Goosen. Direct run from Graham Darcy. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, both teams won't be happy with how they're executing, especially when they get into that scoring zone, into the 22 opposition. Yeah, trying to change a line and a defensive line, asking a different question with a very deliberate line coming back against the angle. Just the pass not really working out for Darcy Graham.
You need treatment?
And I thought that was actually a good line from Darcy Graham, trying to go against the grain of the defense shifting.
It was a line that he needed to run. Just they lost shape from the attack because that ball bounced on the ground. So someone needed to make it and give it momentum, and that's what he wanted to do, but already lost the shape of the attack.
Xaba joining from Western Province, 27-year-old from Frey 8, Junior Bok. It's been a fantastic inclusion in this Vodacom Bulls squad. Still, perhaps, like you mentioned, Kobani, struggling with rhythm, struggling with go-forward ball. And so, really unable to find the rhythm to ask any good questions, test this Edinburgh defensive line.
It's how they plan to plot themselves around this field. Where do you want to attack from? Where do you want to strike from? What Edinburgh is doing is getting into the opposition of the 22. I mean, that's when they're trying to strike more plays and phases together. But before that, they're trying to get to that territory first. So which means that they don't overexert themselves.
Simpiwe Matanzi, Mount. Overzealous perhaps, not getting his spacing right, down right in front of Ben Breakspear, and to be honest, these aren't difficult scrums to call for the referee.
Shot called, mark gesture, lads.
All kinds of problems with that front row.
Yeah, just look at that. Just chasing their footing again. Maybe something that they do in the training, where they are loading up before they go for the hit. But now if you're going to chase that, your feet has to come with you, because you're going to stretch yourself, you're going to overextend, and you can't balance because gravity wins.
So Edinburgh deciding to take the points on offer, which will put them back in the lead. Shouldn't be too difficult for Ross Thompson. There it is. He's got the points as well. So Edinburgh now take back the lead. 13 points to 12 over the Vodacom Bulls.
Just playing on the right side of the field. By getting into the opposition's 22, you give yourself the opportunity to convert that pressure, and you reward your forward pack for getting into it. And that penalty is to take, especially for a travelling team. You want to build the scoreboard pressure. Keep on mentioning it. It is important.
Jaco van der Walt with the restarts. Got good airtime on this one. Canan and Moodie chasing it down. Good take, Bradbury. Almost a high tackle from Ruan Fenter. They'll need to really be diligently focused now.
Time off. So you got foul play, Del, okay? So I've seen nothing. So what have you got for me? So Edinburgh number 7 has done a croc roll, and it's just a penalty. Yeah. It's a croc roll on field for us. 7 croc roll.
So the Vodacom Bulls get the penalty from a croc roll for Hamish Watson.
It's a dominant tackle, which makes him desperate because he's late at that ruck. That's what he has to do to mitigate those factors.
Under pressure, great contest, Grant Gilchrist. Had to be, but because it was tapped back and they dotted it down, will come back for the scrum. Second bite at the cherry for the Vodacom Bulls.
No. You've had 2 penalties loose head for the hinge and need the elbow up. That's the message. It's not elbow up.
Well, it's pure Matanzima trying to establish a bit of communication with Ben Breakspear, not finding his way or winning that conversation, but at the same time, it is the communication that you need, especially after being penalised, so that the referee can know that you're trying to do your best.
Paul Hill doing his best for Edinburgh. Joined from Northampton Saints, the 19-year-old, doing well. 29-year-old, sorry.
Set! Down the far side.
Yeah, his shoulders below his hips again.
The collapse is that side. Feet underneath you, elbow up. Let's go. Let's go. Lads, let's go.
Look at the pull though. There was no forward movement coming in from Paul Hill. The first thing that did happen with him was that his shoulders went below his hips before. He didn't meet the hit. And that's what Sapua Matanzima was asking the referee. So, skullduggery, good thinking. Players asking each other questions. And it's a contest. That's what a scrum is.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
An important scrum for the Vodacom Bulls. They've got the advantage as well. Under pressure, Cameron Hanekom. He's done well to get rid of Ali Price. Now Xaba for the Bulls now. Goes route 1. Good leg drive. But driven back. Ashman does well. Ruan Fenter now for the Bulls. Ruan Vermaak, that is. Here's his lock partner, Cobus Wiese. Back towards the blind side. Akker van der Merwe's there. Papier to David Kriel.
No advantage, 3, claps him.
Finally, Ben Breakspear went to the other side and he saw that Paul Hill crunching his hand, pulling down that shoulder, making a picture look as if the loose head is the one that is dropping the shoulders. And this time, because he was right there to see the picture, he could make that call.
Time off.
There he is, Paul Hill.
Who's the new captain for you?
So he's got his hand bound high. This is when he feels the pressure and he pulls him down.
9, change.
It is what it is. It is a contest.
That's a great call, Xaba. Many forget you were a flanker back in your high school days.
I played tight end when I was young. Meat was cheap.
Ben Vellecott comes on, co-captain of this Edinburgh side.
Okay.
And well, there's the man who was a late inclusion. He replaces Francois Klopper on the bench. Francois Klopper replacing Wilco Louw, top tight end for the Vodacom Bulls. Spoke about some of the adjustments they had to make very late in this game, and it also looks like a recent Springbok, Johan Grobler, will come on for Akker van der Merwe, the captain. Chosen to go for touch. Had the last line out stolen by Gilchrist. Same thing, Gilchrist applies pressure the same way, and Edinburgh have it back again. With a little bit of space and numbers here towards the left. McCann decides to recycle. Duhan van der Merwe at first receiver. Here's Bradbury. Goosen will put it to boot. Not a good kick.
Well, that's a knock on from David Kriel. Just the pressure. And not getting anything from the set piece. It's showing a rear head here. He looks up, looking to where everyone else was, and you could feel the footsteps coming at him. And into the Bulls setup, with all the experience that they're missing from Ruan, who runs their lineup, and he's the only number 5 caller and the marshal of the lineup. Now not having him, it's starting to show where the Bulls need to work on. Working on to the next player who can run a lineup for you.
And they're a set-piece side, the Vodacom Bulls.
We can still set.
They use the set piece, the best out of any other side, scoring 61 of their 93 tries originating from the set piece. So we see how important it is, especially for the Vodacom Bulls.
It is an important space. It's where they can impose the will. It's where they can get themselves field advantage. It's where they can get tries from. They're driving more. Remember last year, Akker van der Merwe with 12 tries.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Quick to the whistle. Ben Breakspear, Edinburgh penalty.
Yeah, set piece has really haven't given this game any momentum. Another penalty coming from the set piece. And Edinburgh playing on the right side of the field. This is working out for them. The game is going from set piece to set piece. They're getting the energy to the last minute as they lead this game. And they know that it's about the last quarter. It's the hit here. Bulls on that hit. Again, not chasing up on their feet. And Edinburgh seemingly just taking the hit and not fighting it back.
It's a good fight from Edinburgh against their line. Got the ball back, and now they have an opportunity to score points against the Vodacom Bulls. Jamie Ritchie continues to work nicely with the line out for Edinburgh. They've got the advantage here with this maul. Vellecott. Quick hands from Matt Scott. They've got some space out wide. Well covered, David Kriel.
Yeah, free play there. They could chance their armor with Ross Thompson looking for that cross kick for Darcy.
Number 5.
Again, more pressure and a penalty at set piece against the Bulls. That is going to force the hand of the referee. And a good call from Ben Vellecott. That's captaincy.
Okay, we've received a yellow card in the first half of team infringement. Even after the yellow card, we haven't seen a massive change in behaviour. The message comes back now. Discipline needs to change, please, okay?
And what was good about the way that Ben Vellecott, you were subtle how he mentioned that to the referee, saying that perhaps that's the second one in a row in the set piece, referee. Maybe they need a bit of a chat. Experience.
Great throw as well from Ashman. Set up the maul once more, Edinburgh. Oh, incredible. You just don't know what will happen next in this game. Vodacom Bulls get the penalty.
Brilliant technical play, but it's a quick play to Canan Moodie.
Identified some space out wide, Chris Smit. Canan Moodie now shifts it to David Kriel. There's a bit of space to work with here. Can he find Moodie back on the inside? Takes it himself. Good rucking from the Vodacom Bulls backs. Jaco van der Walt to Grobler. He's taken the captaincy armband from Akker van der Merwe. Papier back towards the blind side. Canan Moodie.
Off feet now, leave! Off now.
slowing the ball down.
The ball is there.
At the ruck. Papier frustrated. And play on the call from Ben Breakspear. Edinburgh's got it back. Needed to play the game. Embrose Papier felt he deserved a penalty. Didn't play to the whistle. Here come Edinburgh. Back into the Vodacom Bulls half. Jaco van der Walt has got it now. Game starting to open up a little bit. To Klerk. Desperate cleaning in the wide channels. Van der Walt at scrumming. Cobus Wiese. Slow ball for Embrose Papier.
Use it! No. Let's go!
Is this the right strategy? It's a deep kick as well. De Klerk won't contest. Easy take for West Goosen. Great pass as well. Great line. Darcy put on his back. Oh, Darcy Graham, what a hit. Mornay Smith.
Are you on to yourself about the tactic?
Well, when props get frustrated because scrums just aren't working out, that's what's going to happen.
Brilliant work here. And he had to make this tackle because it was a dog-legged line that they had. Not connected, but look at the technique. Getting underneath and using his right shoulder with his right foot to push through the tackle.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Kept his eye on Darcy Graham. Adjustment for a big fellow like that.
That's just brilliant footwork that he had. The way that he got himself to a strong, powerful leg that he can lead with his shoulder, make sure that he gets his wrap, this dipped on his hips. Brilliant.
Yeah, so many players forget about the footwork with the tackle. We speak about technique and being low, shoulders below hips, etc. But it's all about the footwork as well, isn't it? Just before contact.
It just makes you much more dynamic, stay up on your toes, and that way you can explode off your ball off your foot.
Closing in on the last quarter now. Sure, we'll see some time-wasting strategies. Difficult for the lungs for Edinburgh, especially as the Vodacom Bulls start to make their substitutes here now. Cobus making an impact. Now Xaba's come off the pitch.
But it's a well-managed game by Edinburgh. That's why they're in the front with the lead. Because what they've exerted their force and their power is when they're inside the 22, outside their own, and inside, in between the 10-meter lines, they're playing territorial game.
Keegan Johannes has also replaced Embrose Papier. It's Marcel Kutsia on for Xaba. In good form, Keegan Johannes.
Yeah, with a fresh fade.
Just plays with a great tempo. Perhaps an indication of a strategy change here now by the Vodacom Bulls.
Set!
Better scrum. Vodacom Bulls have it. Hanekom looking to offload. Stayed busy, Duhan van der Merwe, but here's de Klerk, and that's fantastic defense.
Oh, very soft turnover from the Bulls because going to the touchline, defense didn't have to do much to get that turnover, retaining possession.
There's one player who seems to keep looking for work. It's the South African Duhan van der Merwe. We'll be so used to not just Tshakweni and Pretoria having gone to Tuks, not far from here. Get a lot of his junior rugby here. Jamie Ritchie continues to make sure at line-out time for Edinburgh. Deep inside their own half.
Use it!
Ben Velakot with the box kick. Nice and contestable, this one. Just a little bit too far, but Jamie Ritchie times the tackle perfectly. Vodacom Bulls have it. Hanekom. Back towards the blind. Simpiwe Matanzima takes the ball at pace. Johannes can't find JF van Heerden. A lot of work for de Klerk here now. He's done beautifully with not much space to work with. David Kriel wasn't expecting that one.
And that's brilliant work from de Klerk. Bulls just no one taking initiative and giving themselves as a runner to the scrum up. But this, from broken attack play, had to keep it alive.
Okay, let's go, lads.
Had to expect that.
Scrum. Let's go.
So Edinburgh, who were just 2 bonus points short of the playoffs, won more games than some of the sides that made the playoffs last year. That's how tight things were. Round 1 of this year's Vodacom URC definitely has shown that. It just hits different. Vodacom Bulls finalists. They went down in the grand final right here at Loftus Versfeld to the Glasgow Warriors.
I think to put it in context, you think about how many internationals are playing for Edinburgh and what levels of rugby they've played in, and the type of IQ that they do have, and how much pressure games they've played in. 200 games for Grant Gilchrist is starting to show in that lineup dominance.
Scrums working nicely as well because of that experience. Here comes Ben Velocott on the blind side. He's grounded it through. It's a foot race now. Look at Velocott go. Almost skinning Sebastian de Klerk, but how was that for Buta Chamberlain?
It's brilliant work from Edinburgh, sporting the space. It is about attacking the space. Let's listen up to now to the referee.
Captain, who's the captain? I've warned that we've had a number of penalties increasing against us. It's a third scrum penalty against the loose head. It's a yellow card.
And that's what experience does.
No, you can't take a time with the scrum.
Reminding the referee that he had given them a warning for the same similar incidents in the scrum.
Back there, yeah.
And Edinburgh work themselves so hard to make sure that they are competitive, and within the score, within the last quarter, 13 points to 12 in the lead. Now the Bulls have to suffer the next 10 minutes, which gives them just 10 minutes where they can put more pressure on the Bulls.
We take the water break, lads.
Well, there it is. There's the call from Ben Breakspear. The Welshman, water break.
So after all the stop and start and the penalties given against the Bulls, it was a matter of time after the warning. Has to keep that elbow up, and that elbow goes down from Simpiwe Matanzima. That takes his body down and his head.
I mean, how much credit goes to Paul Hill? We know a decent scrummager, Simpiwe Matanzima, just not the day for the Vodacom Bulls, especially with both their set pieces. The line-outs not working well. You mentioned the experience of Grant Gilchrist, of course, having an impact, but the scrums have been in absolute shambles.
That's something that they have to work on. It's a technique that you can see that they're trying to impose in this year's URC. They're loading up very well, but they have to make sure that they keep that shoulder open or tightened so that you can get yourself in between, and then you can get underneath them. Oxen chest says the lower you go, the lower he has to go.
That's it. Paul Hill coming in and replacing retired Via Nel holds the record for most caps for Edinburgh with 151. One of the most capped Edinburgh players, Via Nel. Of course, you've got Grant Gilchrist as well. And big shoes to fill for Paul Hill, but he's doing very well. Joined from the Northampton Saints, the 29-year-old. And the fans are starting to become very vocal now. It is a tight fixture, 13 points to 12. Edinburgh in the lead away from home. Very difficult to be the better team in the last quarter here at Loftus Versfeld.
Some fresh legs coming in now for Edinburgh. Jamie Hodgson coming and replacing Grant Gilchrist. Grant Gilchrist making his way to the bench. That is the sub, Jamie Hodgson.
Yeah, great day at the office for Grant Gilchrist, the captain. Big game, Jamie Hodgson. Oh, what a touch finder that is. 10 meters out from the Vodacom Bulls try line.
And that's game management. It's just one kick for the Edinburgh forward pack to get inside the Bulls' half. Never had to work that hard to get there.
Jamie Ritchie, it's a carbon copy of most of the lineouts Edinburgh have had. Ashman is at the back of it. Good more defense, Vodacom Bulls. Ashman must break. Opposite number, Grobler. He's watching him nicely. Stedman Gans with a good hit. It's Darcy Ray. Building the phases, 5 meters out, Edinburgh. Vermaak to Hamish Watson.
Away, no balls!
Bone Fenton. Kimberly Bourne. Edinburgh prop. Fresh legs on the pitch as well. Will he be the difference? There's Ashman already has scored a try. Hamish Watson. Now it's Bradbury. This is tenacious defense by the Vodacom Bulls. Vermaak to Jamie Ritchie. Quick ball, Vermaak. Hamish Watson now. Same side. This time Matt Scott takes it up. In from the Leicester Tigers. Here's Bone Fenter. Building the phases nicely. Vodacom Bulls will have to continue to show character and grit. Vermaak. Bradbury again. Quick ball this time. Here's Jamie Hodson.
Use it.
Vermaak. That's Marshall Sykes. Towards the left, Duhan van der Merwe looking for action. Does really well. It's Marcel Couture who has to bring him down in the end.
Not for me, the ball is lifted.
Watson again. It's ripped away from him. Fantastic defense. Ruan, Vermaak has got it. Chris Smit, this is where he's dangerous. They've got numbers towards the right. Keegan Johannes does the right thing. De Klerk puts it to boot. Here's Buta Chamberlain. Touchline will win the race. I had a question about the 50-22 there.
Right, he's already got the 50-22.
Playing it quickly. Here come the Vodacom Bulls, they'll get it. Canan Moodie, that is cunning stuff by the Vodacom Bulls. Caught Edinburgh napping. They will be a little bit tired, and with 14 men, to the fans' elation, the Vodacom Bulls take back the lead with that play.
Brilliant work from the Bulls. Right up onto it. This is the importance of the new laws of promoting and rewarding a good tactical kick, so that they can play that ball, because there was no 2 players from either side who formed the line-out, so the line-out could have been played then, and it was fine because it was not skew or straight or to the opposition's half. And that's a brilliant play from the Bulls, well executed, good thinking. And the heavens have opened up a bit.
So Buta Chamberlain with his first attempt.
Big Clark is showing all the time for him.
So the Vodacom Bulls in the lead by 6 points. It's 19-13 over Edinburgh.
Brilliant work from the Bulls. A quick play from that line-out, 50-22. A reward for a brilliant kick from them. And that gave a chance for Moodie to be underneath the post.
That's just what Chris Smit brings to it, doesn't he? Such a playmaker. Loves playing a bit of ruggers with ball in hand. That's the reward he gets. Ross Thompson. Slow chase from Edinburgh. Legs will be heavy now. There's Cobus Wiese.
No.
Johannes. To Johan Grobler. A little bit of a drizzle, it looks like, starting now here at Loftus Versfeld. A little bit of drama perhaps will come with that drizzle. Lovely kick from Keegan Johannes. Canan Moodie's chase made it. So much pressure on Darcy Graham, and Vodacom Bulls will have the put into the scrum. That is a big, big moment in this game.
Just good tactical play from the Bulls, making sure that they can keep the ball in front of their forwards. And the ball was dropping right on his eye line with the chase from Canan Moodie, putting that pressure on Wes Goosen.
Number 4. 4. He is going, yeah.
Tom Dodd coming in for Hamish Watson, the number 7 open side flanker.
Happy, lads?
Hamish Watson will take his... And Ruan Vermaak is making his way off the field too. He'll be replaced there by JF Vermeer.
Bulls, let's go, please.
In fact, it'll be a prop who's coming on now. Ruan Vermaak will be sacrificed. Remember, Simphiwe Matanzima's got a yellow card. So it'll be Alulutho Tshakweni coming back onto the pitch now.
It's all about the channel ball here. What the ball's going to do, trying to get that ball quick as possible. So Hanekom
sacrificing a flanker on the blind side. Hanekom sneaks away into the 22. Strong carry. Trips over the defender. He bounced. Keegan Johannes to Marcel Kutsia. Quick ball is no rock ball. Peter Chamberlain's got numbers out wide. What an intercept. Duhan van der Merwe. Could it be anyone else? And now the Vodacom Bulls have the penalty as well from that ruck. It's starting to really have fireworks this game now.
Okay then, boys. Enough of that.
Take the number 1 flying elbow on button, please.
Both captains, boys. Both captains, boys. There's 2 things here, lads. The first of all is the afters are not needed. When the whistle goes, we just take our players away. It's the first one, so I'll put it back in your hands to manage that now, okay? Second one, boys, when the penalty is given, let the ball come away. We don't make a fuss on the ground and we don't make a meal of it. Agree? Speak to your teams. There's a penalty against 19. There's a jackal in place and he then seals off, preventing the ball. It's going to be your mark there. Sorry, Benny. Okay. Time back on.
Hanekom applying pressure at that ruck, forcing the Edinburgh players to get off their feet.
Yeah, it was an incident after, and this is the aftershock of the earthquake.
And it's a game like this, though, Kobani, where frustration and tempers will flare. Things not working out, set piece not working out. And an opportunity for the Vodacom Bulls to take full advantage, extend their lead to 9 points with this one. Peter Chamberlain, carbon copy of his conversion earlier. Vodacom Bulls up to 22 points.
It's better tactics from the Bulls, good energy, really playing the ball in Edinburgh's half, and Edinburgh now being desperate, starting to give away penalties.
So Ross Thompson tried to give this as much airtime as he can. He's done really well. Almost a good take for JF van Heerden. Fortunate to have a player there to clean up the scraps.
Use it!
So Keegan Johannes, the box kick. He's got really a big boot on him as well. Great chase once more. Canan Moodie catches Goosen. He has Ashman now showing a bit of pace. Awkward offload, but no knock on.
What?
Think again.
We saw Edinburgh how they started the game. They were playing into the half of the Bulls. Now they're chasing the game. This is why I was mentioning that the scoreboard pressure changes the tactics. Now forcing the play, trying to play within their own 10-meter line. And now the mistakes are coming and creeping in, which makes this forward pack work even harder.
Ben Vellecott trying to get things going for Edinburgh.
Yeah, we come here then, lads. Come chat then, please.
Perhaps now.
Yeah, we're going to play. We can build the scrum. Let's go.
Front row of Edinburgh.
We can build the scrum.
Will be licking their lips here. Just about 10 minutes left. First Vodacom URC game for the Vodacom Bulls.
Crouch. Bind.
Scrummaging has been a problem.
Set.
Fresh legs helping out though. Bulls have got it. Boeta Chamberlain, flat pass to Stedman Gans. Well marshaled by Ross Thompson and Scott. Keegan Johannes, Cameron Hanekom. Good quick ball generated by his carry. David Kriel now looking for something innovative. Was that the right call?
Time off.
Have to wait and see here now.
Just wait. Take yourself to the halfway, lads. Just take yourself back, please.
Where's Wilson?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah. Okay, what's your recommendation? Penalty, yellow card. Do we need to mop that, Benny, or are you happy?
I haven't seen a view of it other than the wide angle, sorry.
So we've got a clear no-arms tackle, lads. It's a change direction by 16. It's a yellow card. Number 16. So no arms and it's late.
Pressure to the Edinburgh side.
That's fine.
Now chasing the game. Players being more desperate, losing the
Where did the ball
discipline.
land there, though?
Bulls here could be looking for a bonus point. With just 9 seconds left on that yellow card.
Oh yeah, where the ball is, yeah? Yeah, okay, thanks. No arms late tackle.
Discipline really costing Edinburgh here now in crucial moments of this game. Down a player for 10 minutes, and the Vodacom Bulls will be back to 15 players, I believe, at this set piece.
It's a well-managed yellow card situation for the Vodacom
Edinburgh
Bulls.
take the end of the white line.
Ewan Ashman, unnecessary player, already let the ball go. It doesn't have the ball, it means you can't tackle him.
With all the camera angles nowadays, there's really nowhere to hide on the rugby pitch.
Frustration.
It's your players returning, gents.
Yeah, I think that sums it up perfectly for Edinburgh. Frustration, tired legs. Alulutho, Tshakweni, with a little bit of a rest, did really well for the Vodacom Bulls with the scrummaging. Simpiwe Matanzima will come back onto the pitch.
Okay.
And Ruan Vermaak, pardon me, will come back on as well, just in time for this line-out. They're looking to close out the game. It's a short line-out. Great steal, Jamie Hodgson. They've denied the Vodacom Bulls once more from this position.
Use it!
Velocott, patience and composure is what's necessary here now.
Use it!
Velocott tries to get as much distance as possible, but Edinburgh still inside their 22.
Good territorial gain for the Bulls. They keep the pressure. But simplifying their line-out, maybe a quick take and a quick set for their line-out will help them so that they can beat Edinburgh, because Edinburgh already has set and the Bulls are only walking in.
Lads, the hooker's moving and then we are following him. So the hooker stays on centre, you step out, you step out. Thank you. Time back on.
Throw jump is good. Van Heerden sets up the maul for the Vodacom Bulls. They'll look to control possession with a 9-point lead, meaning Edinburgh need to score twice. Edinburgh cannot give away any more penalties. Got their backs against the ropes here now with the Vodacom Bulls getting closer and closer to the try line. Keegan Johannes breaks through. He's got a good step on him. 5 meters out, the Vodacom Bulls.
Onside. Hands back, hands back.
Cobus Wiese goes toe-to-toe in close quarters. Mornay Smith says it's his turn. Cameron Hanekom.
Off now, leave it!
Cobus Wiese once more. Incredible aggression and effort.
First man!
Oh, but he's in and he's stolen it as well. Jamie Hodgson, another turnover. The exit is awkward. taken by Canan Moodie. Just short, Keegan Johannes, and the intercept is on here now. Here's Darcy Graham. Lovely pop pass off the deck. They've got numbers here as well, Edinburgh. Duhan van der Merwe on the outside. Will he back his pace? Yes, he will. Yes, he will. De Klerk wins the race, though. Brings him down. What a tackle. Velakot. Scott is there. They've got numbers lining up towards the right. Good carry, Sykes. Velakot goes back towards the opposite side. Here's McCann. Duhan van der Merwe. Surely this close. Kriel is there. Hanekom is there. 3 players. That's what it'll take to get van der Merwe out. Incredible.
South Africans very proud of their defensive line, especially if the man is back. This is great work for Jamie Hodgson, who gives the ball to Boan Venter. Look at this skill from the loose head. Darcy Graham, if no one caught him there, he was gone for tickets. Van Velakot linking up with everyone. Sebastian de Klerk gets onto his bike as quick as he can, and he does reel him in. Duhan van der Merwe pull back, not the angle that he wanted to have with that ball. The man just giving you the one side to chase the side. Boan Venter, he's gonna have a highlight reel of that kick.
Man born in Kimberley, Boan Venter with the heroics. Right on the defensive line, the Vodacom Bulls, if they score there, any points, surely the game is done.
Look at this. Look at the finish. Oh, man.
Back yourself.
It's always about holding the finish.
Played a big part in this side last year. 17 games, scored 5 tries, Boan Venter. 65 appearances for the Cheetahs. To dig deep. The lock forwards, Cobus, Wiese and Ruan Vermaak. Canan Moodie, second youngest Springbok ever to put on the green and gold.
One thing that is amazing about him, he's never lost a Springbok test match.
How's that? I believe he's played in the All Blacks twice as well. So, quite a stat, that one. Scored on debut for the Vodacom Bulls, scored on debut for the Springboks as well, Canan Moodie. And what is that?
Thompson with a 3-pointer.
So decisions there, and I believe they've made the right decision, because now it's a 1-score game with just over 5 minutes left. Edinburgh 16 points, the Vodacom Bulls 22 points in what has been topsy-turvy, little bit of a scrappy game here. You just don't know when the next moment will come from, whether it's a side right on their try line or a side looking to score.
Time off. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Benny. I think they're just updating that now. Okay, lads. Time back on.
Chamberlain restarts another nail-biting end to a Vodacom URC game in 2024-2025 season, and he's made a mistake, Chamberlain.
Option, lads. It's going to go uncontested, and you'll play with 13 if that's the case, because the yellow card causes it. No. So if you choose a scrum, it goes uncontested.
Yeah, do we lose a body?
Yes.
We lose a body if we don't contest the scrum.
Yeah? What option? Scrum, line, kick again. Okay, captain has had a scrum. They do have a hooker. And he can play, are you sure he can play hooker, yes? Okay, he can play hooker, so he's still live, lads.
Well.
Now it is from the scrum, Ben, yes.
Here's one for you, Piers Kuman.
He is a qualified hooker on the team sheet, lads, so scrums will stay live. Okay.
Player coming onto the
Number
pitch.
8, sub for the yellow card.
I think Venter has gone to the hooker. He's
Number
gone
8,
to his
sub for the yellow card.
position. And Bradbury will make a way.
Okay. Time back on, scrums alive.
Scrum.
On the halfway. Yes.
Well, Boan Venter He can do it all. Incredible steal and box kick. He's now going to have to play hooker for Edinburgh. 6 points, the difference. About 3.5 minutes left until they're back to 15 players, Edinburgh. They've got 3 minutes left. Co-captain Vermaak feeds. Good scrum for Edinburgh. No penalties from the Vodacom Bulls, so that'll be a successful one for them as well. Good carry, way over the advantage line. Building nicely, Edinburgh. They'll have to dig deep here now. Here's Bone Fenter. Vermaak, Pierce Skuman. Shifting the ball. They've identified a little bit of space up behind the defensive line of the Bulls. Now, do Edinburgh get it back?
Touch there against the Bulls. Nothing before. Has he deliberately slapped that ball into touch? I don't think he has. It's just a line out. Okay. I'll give you time, Ben.
So just the line out. Ben Breakspear communicating with the touch judge.
Okay.
Griffin Colby.
Lads, wait. Gents, I'm gonna have to overturn this. The TMO is clear. No. The TMO is clear foul play. The Bulls players tackled off the ball. There's gonna be a penalty to the Bulls. Pushed off the ball.
Talk about a sigh of relief.
Okay.
They spotted something. Sebastian de Klerk, full of banter, having been pushed off the ball. So it'll be overturned, and the Vodacom Bulls will have a penalty and an opportunity to hold on to possession with 1.5 minutes left. This was the grab and through. Not a bad decision. And there's the push. Darcy Graham on Sebastian de Klerk. Minute left. Vodacom Bulls have to take the line out. Under pressure, Grobler does well to find Ruan Vermaak. Set up the maul here now as well.
One stop, Bulls, one stop.
All about time management. 40 seconds. Smit, they'll need to be as accurate as possible. Ruan Vermaak. Vodacom Bulls will look to keep things as simple as possible. There's Simpiwe Matanzima. Johan Grobler now. Good carries for the Vodacom Bulls. Keegan Johannes. They've got the advantage for all sides as well, and, well, that might just be the last moment of this game. Chirps coming from Jamie Ritchie and the Edinburgh players. He's got a few chirps up his sleeve as well. Chris Smit. Extremely frustrating for Sean Everett. They know they had a really big chance of getting an away win here at Loftus. A very difficult place to get the W.
Because of the way that he reacts to me after I blow the penalty, so speak to him and tell you exactly what he said.
It's Tom Dodd getting a little bit of treatment. Both sides struggled to find rhythm. Few 50-50 decisions by the players of both sides that
6 offside.
Really, that decision leans on the right end of that 50-50. Could have gone either way this game. Chamberlain will drill it into touch. There goes the hooter. All the Vodacom Bulls have to do now is take their line out. But guess what? Edinburgh have got their number. It hasn't been an easy day with their scrums or lineouts. A couple of really good steals from Grant Gilchrist and Jamie Hodgson. Up against Van Heerden, some misdirection works beautifully. Van Heerden takes it. Marcel Coutier to Keegan Johannes. That's all she wrote. First game for the Vodacom Bulls in this year's Vodacom URC.